Welcome back to my shop again, guys. I have the next part of this carving in the round video for you. We last left off where I had finished the shingles and we talked about what we were going to probably do next. So we'll go ahead and get going. And this is the little guy right here. In case you didn't see it before, the video was the one just before this one, and just showed how we cut through this, how you can take just a round chunk of wood, and whether you use your bandsaw with an oscillating tool, or I just showed how to do it with the regular carving, rotary carving tools. And you know, I mentioned these tools that I've got. Please keep in mind, if you don't have any of these tools, go to Harbor Freight and get theirs. The thing will last you a while, and if you're not sure you like this, you're not spending a lot of money on something that you find out 20 minutes into it you don't like doing it. It's a good way to get started, and the tool is really just, these tools are just basic. It's really just a rotary tool. Most all bits fit in those inexpensive ones. Wen makes a good one. Black & Decker makes a good one. And again, I'm not sponsored by these guys. I'm not sponsored by anybody, as a matter of fact. It's just, these are all tools that I know about, and I know they work. So it's an inexpensive way to get into this hobby. And I promise you, you're going to be, it's very relaxing once you start imagining what can happen with this, imagining yourself being in the cabin. A little hokey, but it's so fun. So without further ado, let me get back to doing this. I'm going to jump right in with this round bit on this one. It does have cutting edges right on the very tip of it as well, so I can go flat up against things with it, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Decided to add a few more stairs on that, just to kind of give it more of a natural flow up to there. You might be able to see that I didn't have this very straight back here. I had it stuck out, so it was kind of flared. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, there's roof lines at an angle, but that's okay. I think I'm going to put some windows in the back right here. We now have windows. That was just all free-handed. Feel free to draw them in. This bit is really cool for that, because you can go straight in. As you saw, I just go straight in, and it'll cut out a nice smooth back to it for the window, for the glass part. The only thing I'll need to do is come in, because it is rounded, it naturally will make these nice arched windows for us. But at the bottom, where the sills are, you don't want those rounded. So I'll have to go in with one of my bits, and I'll smooth that out, make a nice sharp corner on it. Also, one of the things that I struggled with when I first started is trying to figure out, I obsessed on what bits to use to do certain things. I want to make sure all of you understand it's whatever you're comfortable with using. I may use this bit to do what I'm about to do next. You may look at that and say, you know, I don't like that bit. I'm not comfortable with that bit. I prefer something else. And you'll get the same result. So that's what's nice about this variety pack that I got. It allows me to try different bits, doing different things, and finding which one does what I'm more comfortable doing. Uh, and it may take some practice for you to get that. So I understand why people ask, what bit do you use? I'll tell you what bit I use, but you may also use it and say, boy, that's not really doing it for me. I prefer this one, and that's perfectly fine. Just know that whatever bit does the job is the bit that you want to use. So I wasn't being careful there. Took a couple of shingles right off the edge, but the house has possibly been in a windstorm, so we need to get those replaced at some point, but I'm not going to worry about it. So this was a little bit of a boring part here where I came in and I undercut these stairs. I just kind of smoothed them out, straightened them out, leveled them. I'm going to go in and put a little bit of a rock face here. And again, like I mentioned in the last video, I don't go in any specific orders. I just go. I just do until I'm tired of doing that section, and I'll move on to the next one. Plus, it also depends on what bit I have in, so I'm not switching bits back and forth over and over again, which should make sense. Back to my favorite bit for doing stonework. Let's see how we do. We can see here we have this brick now that's coming down right around that. So I think that does a really nice job of tying the bricks and the stairs in with this tree. I still haven't done anything with that tree yet. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do with that tree. I really have no idea why, but I love doing stones. They're just so fun to do. They're so random. You honestly can't do them wrong. As long as you remember to just really do keep them random. Keep them not the same size, not the same position. Don't keep them in a nice straight line. All over the place, and cut deep. Pretty cool. So since I still have this bit in here, I'm going to go ahead and continue doing rocks around here and see where that takes us. Why not? A really deep crevice down in here. Kind of cool. So I'm going to stop doing the brick or the stones right here for the simple reason I do think I want to come along here, and these are starting to go into that area. So I'm gonna pause right there and come back to it. I do want to come back around. I think I'm going to do the chimney at this point, which means I need a little bit of a sharper, pointier tip, because it is so small. This big, the tip on this is pretty big. I can't do that. And I think I have decided to do stone, not brick. Again, just because I enjoy doing stone. You can do whatever you'd like on there. First, what I want to do is I'm going to put a hole in the top. You want to be as gentle as you can be. You're going to break right through this pretty quickly. This is a little bit more difficult than I thought, as small as this little guy is. But I think it's starting to look pretty cool. It does have that nice stone look to it, so let me go ahead and continue. Look at that, we got a chimney. I'm very pleased with that. So our house, we've got, basically we've got 3 sides done. You'll notice in here, this is going to be super difficult to put a window in here, so it's probably not going to have one. Again, for the basic reason that with this tree in the way, it's going to be very difficult to get a tool down in there, and I don't have something angled, so rather than try to mess with that and make it look really bad, it's just going to remain with nothing on it. As a matter of fact, I know what I'll do. You see how this works? You sit there, and as you're talking, ideas pop into your head. Let's put a little bit of detail on it. Let's make some wood siding over here, and let's wrap that around the back. Each time we move on here, we have a little bit more going. Slowly just getting our details in here. And that's the beauty of this. You're not trying to rush to get this done. You're not trying to speed through all this stuff. So that'll end this part of part 2 on this carving in the round. This video ended up being a little longer than normal, so it might feel like a weird break, but I had to so that I can keep the content in there that I really felt was important. And then I'll split up part 2 into 2 parts, so it'll be a 2 and 3. So that'll be the end of this one, and part 3 is coming out soon. Thanks.